from some of these players want action instead of statements. Nate, what's your initial reaction to seeing the players come together and put this out?
I love seeing it. I love seeing players use their platform. We understand that there is certain privileges. And before people get uncomfortable and they say, oh, here we go again, another black guy on TV talking about white privilege, I'm also talking about the privilege that athletes have. When you're a professional athlete, whether you're in the NBA, baseball, hockey, whatever you do, you also have a privilege. You can get pulled over. A cop can walk up to your car, look in there and, Nate, how you doing, Nate? Oh, I didn't know that was you. Hey, listen, man, you're swerving. I see you're playing with the radio. How about you just slow down, man? Have a good one. Good luck next week. Be at a restaurant. You know what? The line is long. Hey, come on in. It could be people arguing. A police officer comes over. He starts to push people away. He sees one tall guy. Oh, how you doing, man? What's going on? I love that three-pointer last week in the game in the fourth quarter. Like, we also understand our privilege. And when I came on the show last week and I said, if you sit back as an athlete and you don't use your platform to speak on the injustices, you're just as cowardly as the people that are committing some of these atrocities. And I know that those are heavy words, but I want to put that responsibility on athletes, too, that you do have a privilege. The only difference between black athletes and somebody that might have privilege every year of their life is that when we take off the jersey, sometimes we're not recognized. And I think athletes are starting to realize that. You know what? I need to say more. I need to do more because there's certain instances in my life where I do have privilege. And I need to speak for those who don't. I need to speak for those who aren't recognizable. I need to speak for those who can't stand there and look an officer in his eye and all of a sudden get let go because he had a game-winning touchdown in Sunday's game. So I love that NFL players are stepping up in a moment where they have time, they understand the temperature of society, and they know that people are listening. It's appreciated.
Yeah, Nate. I'm sorry, Kate. Yeah, Nate, you're absolutely right, man. When you talk about athletes having the platform to make real changes happen, this is what it's all about, man. Everyone can talk the talk, but can you go out and physically walk the walk? And to watch these players on their own volition go out and put this video together. When we first were talking about it, I thought it was an NFL put on video because rarely do you find, the high profile players that were in that video be able to, actually come together and all be on the same page for a common goal. And that's what this has done. This has united us, and hopefully the NFL and its players can somehow make some change. They can physically go out and go into some of these communities and implement some change, some training with the police forces and things like that, because Black lives do matter. And it's great to see that everyone's on the same page and we're all working for that same common goal.
Yeah, the NFL superstar doesn't have the same advantage as an NBA superstar, and that an NBA superstar doesn't have a helmet or a face mask in front of their face for 60 minutes of a basketball game. NFL players, you're guarded by that face shield, so you don't necessarily know Stephon Gilmore's face. You don't specifically know necessarily, if you're not a diehard fan, Sterling Shepard's face or Marshawn Lattimore's face. This was the NFL's young breed of superstars, helmets removed, speaking to a camera, and making statements. When the NBA has issues, a lot of times the players union will turn to LeBron or Kevin Durant or James Harden or Steph Curry. In the NFL, a lot of times it's the 34-year-old offensive lineman who's been the NFL PA rep for 10 years that the fan at home doesn't even know who it is. I have never seen a collection of young African-American NFL superstars come together so quickly and so powerfully in a way that we saw in this video. This is such a sign for progress and such a sign for change for not only, the league, but for society, that young men coming together and doing it on their own. Not because the PR guy said, hey, can you read this statement? Not because the in-house team media guy said, hey, can you do me a favor and read this script while looking at the camera on your iPhone? No, this was organized, this was executed, and it's from the young superstars of the league that not everybody at home necessarily hears from every single time there is a league matter to speak on things. These aren't necessarily all guys who have been up there and have won the Walter Payton Man of the Year and have been paraded around as really the ambassadors of the league. No, these are the superstars. These are the guys, and they're using their own platform, and they're doing it on their own. And they're asking for change. The ball's in the NFL's court.
And the NFL teams, of course, responding. Nate, DeAndre Hopkins, Patrick Peterson, Deshaun Watson, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., Saquon Barkley, the Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Yes, they said statements. I guess when I saw it, and it was obviously as powerful as everyone else that saw it, I felt it was more of a challenge, right? It's a challenge to the league. Now, the league has continued to raise money, inspire change, Players Coalition, put out their own message standing with the black community. Nate, where would you like to see this go from here?
I want to see the league continue to do more. And I use the word continue because they do put their efforts behind the players that want to make change in the neighborhoods that they come from. And it's not just money. We know that the league is a, 13, 14, $15 billion industry. So when the NFL says we're going to throw money into the urban communities, we're thankful for that. But we also want energy. We also want these organizations to use their platform, social media. I want the staff to come out. I want these coaches to come out. I want these owners to come out. I want us all to lock arms and go out there side by side and really try to sweep the nation. Because regardless of what people want to look at athletes as, sometimes we are the ones that can shift things. We're the ones that can make people unite. I mean, just think about a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game. There are moments, I'm talking about moments where there is pure unity. And if we can take that same type of essence and spray that like a cologne over the fabric of the nation, then we will have a different scent. Because right now there's a certain stench in certain places where we don't have trust between law enforcement and its community, where we don't have trust between black people and white people, where we don't have trust between two different people who look at life from two different views because they come from two different places. I feel like the league is listening to the players, and I appreciate that. I know where the league was when I came in 2003. And I like where the league is at in 2020, and I guarantee they'll be in an even better place in 2030, and that's the whole point.